Welcome everybody to the 1111 Gateway Zoom call and meeting. So we're going to be doing a transmission. I'm going to go over the 11th Gateway, what this energy is bringing in for us individually and collectively. We are going to discuss the things that are the themes that are running through our lives and then being reflected outwardly into our world. We are going to talk about the interstellar visitor, the three-eye atlas. We're going to discuss the diamond light, breath of spirit, ray, and energies that move through this particular corridor, through this gateway of transformation and reclaiming your sovereign self. It's becoming your diamond self. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And anything else that shows up. The mother of creation has been coming to me this week discussing the planetary changes that are coming. The planetary changes that are coming through the remainder of November, through this gateway season. There was discussion around the as above, so below. So the connection between the interstellar through the galactic and also the Earth. So moving into the dimensions that move through Earth, as well as the dimensions that move through space. And they all coincide, have matching ends, just like we have a masculine and feminine. These energies, these polarities are connected through the dimensional field. So you have 24 dimensions that collapse into 12 gateways. This is the primary teaching and how I share the knowledge that I have that has been passed through my lineage, through my cellular DNA, to be able to share with you now and as we move forward into the new year. I'm going to talk a little bit about 2026 because it is relative to the conversation that we'll be having about the energies that are streaming in for this 1111 portal. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my camera and just put up a screen so that I can focus on channeling and providing you the information. I get distracted when I have to see myself. Okay, so here we go. All right, I'm just going to take 1 second to do that, and then we will be right back. I think I was muted. So sorry, hold on. Okay, here we go again. How many of you have been seeing 1111 on the clock or seeing 111 on cars or in receipts? If you're into looking at numbers, then you've probably been seeing the ones coming in now for the last several weeks. This period of time, this portal, the 1111, is such a profound period of time because the energies that are streaming in through the sun, and we'll get into where they're all coming from, but there's a lot of energies that are activating our innate technology. So our inner soul technology, our diamond technology, it's activating the remembrance of your divine orientation, that you are more than what you feel you are. You're more than what you see and experience in the physical flesh. I know that in many times through the last 20 years, as ascension has been more of a common topic and people have been moving into this awakening state more and more over the last year or two, really since COVID, it's really started trickling in and now picked up a lot of steam. And there's a lot of kind of like, oh, if we're in a place of unity, if we're in oneness and Christ consciousness, and there's a lot of talk about being unified, but there isn't a lot of really embodied action around unification, about really understanding that we are all connected. We're connected through a field that runs through all of existence. It runs through the planet and the animals and the birds and the trees and the waters and through us, and we are all connected. What I see happening is that the energies that are streaming in through this 1111 gateway is returning the remembrance of your divine orientation, of your Christed self, of your soul self. I call it your diamond self. And it is really understanding that every part of you exists within everything outside of you. So everything you're experiencing inwardly, you're experiencing outwardly. You see it in the world. It attracts you to the news that you watch, or the programs that you listen to, the people that come on your path and share their stories with you. So if you inwardly are having a hard time and you're in a place of fear or uncertainty, or not seeing yourself as in your truest and highest light, then outwardly, the world is going to reflect back to you those same stories. You'll hear the news on the story about this or that happening. And I'm not saying ignore it, but what I'm saying is it is a direct reflection of what's happening inwardly, of what you're experiencing the world to be, right? So because the world is in such a huge state of chaos and upheaval, that just goes to show that how many people are actually in that same state inwardly. People are wanting to have freedom. They're wanting to have their protection of rights. They want to have a sovereign existence for themselves, their families, and they don't want to be controlled or to be manipulated or lied to. They want full transparency. All of these things are an outward reflection of what is happening inward. So this 1111 gateway is bringing back the sovereign spark. And it always does every year through this corridor of time. It brings back the diamond light frequencies, the breath of God, the spark of creation. It's that diamond sparkly white plasma that you see if you've ever encountered an angel or a higher light being in a dense location. And I say that because I've seen that myself, and it is the story in the stories in the Bible, and I don't know the Bible that well because I wasn't raised in a structured church environment. I've read the Bible many times, but there's a lot of reference to ecstasy fell upon them, or when the angel showed up. And it's because that sparkling plasmic diamond light frequency that they emit feels like the most purest joy that you can put yourself into memory of. If you can think of the time that you experienced the most highest joy, the highest elevated state of happiness, that's what it feels like times 20, 100. And it's euphoric, truly. That's because that is our natural state of being: euphoria, joy, boundless happiness, abundance. There's so much prosperity in just knowing that you are universal, that you are multidimensional, that you are divine, that you are loved beyond any measure that you could compare it to, that you are always supported. There are always angels, light keepers, light teams, ascended masters, beings of light that guide your way. They are there holding your hand, even when you don't know it. And they want so badly for you to reach out to them. So remember that if you're having any kind of dark moments, moments of despair, know that you're not alone. Ask for help from the unseen, because the times that we're moving into 2026 and 2027 onward, many of you may start seeing the unseen. It's good practice to ask for support because it allows the back of your heart to open, to allow to receive guidance, love, abundance, whatever it is that you need. And it's very individual. Sometimes we think we need one thing when really, maybe you just need a hug. Maybe you need somebody with a genuine heart that has heartfelt care and compassion. And you just need a hug. That proprioceptic input of being held in a now anchored place. If that's what you need, hug someone, hug your children, ask for them to really get focused and hug you back. Hug your spouse, your friends. Get into a practice of knowing that we are connected. And you can do this by joining heart electromagnetic fields through a hug. If you don't have anyone to hug a tree. I know that sounds silly. And I remember being younger and hearing all of the disparaging remarks about hippies and, tree huggers and that kind of thing. And now I knew it then, and I know it now. What I understand is the trees and being in nature, and this is something to remember because this came in very loud and clear to share in this transmission. We are getting ready to move into more unrest because we're all really pushing past this point of no matter what, I want to be a sovereign being holding the highest light and truth of remembrance of all that I am. And you're ready to push past anything that's holding you back from that glorious position, right? So because you are, guess what? The whole world is. So there's going to be more jostling, more movement on the planet. We'll get back into that. But if and when, or when and if you feel that, the guidance is to be in nature as much as possible. Turn off the electronics. Go outside. And if it's cold, that's okay. You can bundle up. The energy is pervasive. It moves through you. The photons that stream from the sun that come through the electromagnetic field that connect to you through the planet and weave through all of the universal field, move through steel walls. There's nothing that blocks the light of God, the light of source energy that is there to help awaken and expand your consciousness and to bring you home, back into the fold of oneness. The easiest way to move yourself out of any negative fear response or anything brought on by your belief systems and perceptions of what reality is to immerse yourself in nature. If you can't do that and you're housebound or you're not able to go outside, you can, if you have an animal and a pet, you can connect through your pet. You can watch TV and connect because we are universal, multidimensional, ever expanding, non-stagnant, energetic beings before you are anything in flesh. Connect to that part of you and you can watch nature on a screen. Pull up a nature show, something that is just like, they have so many things now that you can choose from. And just imagine as if you are walking in nature, and nature will meet you where you are. You'll still be able to connect into that universal field, still be able to experience that support and reconnection into this divine field of love, of so much love, compassion, gratitude for you being exactly where you are in this now moment. So your guides are actually coming in. I'm seeing several different light teams. There's so many benevolent beings that are coming in, and they're wanting me to just share again, to call upon your team for support. There are so many that are trying to get through to you, and if you've been struggling out there, they want to work with you. So, and it can be just like having a conversation with a friend. You know, when I talk to Jesus or when I talk to any of my team, I talk to them as if it is my best friend. There doesn't have to be the formality. Okay. So I'm going to set that aside for a second. I want to go back into the themes for the 11th gateway. This gateway in my teaching, my cosmetology, is called the breath of spirit. And the archetype for the 11th gateway is the Truthbringer. Okay. This is very much about connecting to your divine truth. And you probably hear that quite a bit. Oh, discover your truth, live your truth, walk your truth. What does that mean? What does it mean when people are saying that? I wonder sometimes if people know what they're saying with it, but the truth is something that is undeniably you, something that awakens within you, or something that you can connect to, that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you know that that is your expression outside of any conditioning, your subconscious programming, early entrainment, other forced beliefs that have been projected upon you, anything that's coming from government or systems or religious structures. Anything that is not purely your own heart's desire is not yours. This is about tapping into the heart space. And if you really want to develop your superpowers and understand fully the truth of your divine orientation, you will connect with the heart. The heart holds the answers to everything, without question, without fail. And it's not the romantic kind of love. I'm talking about the heart and its multidimensionality, it being a portal to all versions of you through all time and all space. If you can heal the heart and soften the heart, you can walk on water. And that is no lie. I've been hearing that my whole life from my spirit team, my guides, especially Amiria. So let's talk about the diamond self archetype, who is that middle point between two polarities of the 11th gateway. She stands at the edge of worlds, and she carries a scepter of divine justice. She's not about punishing, and she is about restoring the truth, restoring the living scrolls through your crystalline architecture that is being birthed within you now. We're going through these cellular DNA changes, and it is up-leveling your inner world. You're dropping out all the carbon and you are becoming more crystalline. Sorry, I'm divided. Back to the Truthbringer. Okay, so what she does is she calls back all the distorted fractals of your soul. She collapses all the false grids, anything that has to do with you performing, acting out of servitude. I'm the mother. I'm the, big sister. I have to take care of my family. It's number one, no matter what. And meanwhile, you're ignoring your own health concerns. You're ignoring the fact that you feel, what is the word I'm seeing with this? That you feel numb inside, and that you're inside, you're wanting to just scream. That's what I'm hearing and seeing. Okay, I don't know who that's for. Anyway, it's about collapsing these false grids because they're not true to you. This is not the truth of your soul. If it's not pure joy and ecstasy and excitement and abundant and seeing all things as unlimited potential, that's not your soul. Everything else has been created in this lifetime, created through the distortion of lineage, where your mother entrains you, your grandmother entrained your mother, your great grandmother entrained your great grandmother, and on and on and on. And you are also a part of that whole stream within your own soul's energy field. So you could say past lives. So it could be all of your past lives, or it can be your ancestors. However you want to look at it, these are distorted fractals. And it began in Eden. And Eden can be a concept. It can be a story that was in the Bible. It can be whatever you want. But to me, it is the beginning of the seeding of our consciousness as beings of divine light in a physical experiment, a physical school setting. And when everything became distorted and fractaled, it happened at once. It, much like you could say the Big Bang, because time doesn't exist. All realities, all timelines, all versions of you, all parallel realities are all happening simultaneously to this now moment. So all of that happened at once when you allowed the veil, or welcomed, actually, when we had the veil of non-remembrance fall through whatever means. There's a lot of different stories about that, and that's too long to get into here. But when we forgot that we are divine, the veil of non-remembrance cloaked that from us. All of the timelines that we tried to get back to knowing the truth of who we are happened at once. And that was the Big Bang. That is the truth of all of you scattered throughout time and space. This lifetime, and this is truly what ascension is, it's bringing back all those parts, collapsing all those timelines that were created out of you not knowing the truth of who you are. And that is what this 1111 gateway is about. It's sovereignty. It's your inner light returning. And this is not in a sense of airy fairy or, some story to be able to get through the day. It's the truth for you if you connect to it through your heart space, because this is what I see available for any human who wishes to move through the ascension spiral, to connect to their higher divine self, oversoul stream, monadic stream, whatever you call it, that greater version of you that exists in your soul star above your head. 8 inches above your head is your soul star chakra. And it's a station basically where your magnificence hangs out and drips your essence into your physical container as much as you can hold. This is why detox is so important. The more light you can hold, light is information. The more packets of information of light that can move through you, it can connect to your crystalline structure, create more crystalline structure, reinforce it. It can release the carbon-based, it can release the toxins and the third dimensional helpers to help create the environment of third dimension, which are what? Parasites, microbes, bacteria, funguses. All of that is meant to bring you back into the earth, back into being recycled, back into being a part of the matrix. And we are moving beyond that if you choose to. If you choose your sovereign timeline, which is what we're going to be doing here in our transmission in a moment, our activation, you can let go of all of the third dimensional density holding you in this old paradigm, because this 1111 gateway, 11th gateway, is an opportunity. It's a beautiful gift from source creator. It's bringing back the source and the spark of truth within your heart space. It's allowing your heart to see the truth of who you are, undistorted. And in that knowing, when you know the truth, you can't unknow the truth. It is in that place, when you see the truth of who you are, that those timelines are available to collapse, because they're no longer a part of your story, right? So that is what the Truthbringer, the archetype for the 11th gateway, does. She allows the truth to be revealed. So that's pretty amazing, right? So not only are you remembering the truth, and not only is that coming through these packets of information, this light that's streaming in for you, but also there's a plan. There is this connection to your greater self, to a greater mission and purpose, something that you formed prior to incarnating. And you're going to be able to start connecting to new streams of information coming in more clear, with more clarity, more depth, more texture to get behind, so that you can start using your divine imagination, which is connected to your higher mind. It's connected to your divine feminine aspect, because it is your imagination that allows you to create your reality, right? Because your imagination connects through the heart space, divine coherence, heart space, higher mind, higher heart, giving you these ideas, these impressions. And that's a good place to start working, to see where you're going to unfold, what you're unfolding to be, what you, like a flower, you're unfolding, they're showing me a flower, you're unfolding into this next version of you. So that's the Truthbringer. Now, remembering, I said that with the Truthbringer and with the truth that's awakening within you, that it would also be something that would be connected on a global scale, planetary. And there are some things that are coming with that, right? We're in the middle of a huge period of time, these cycles. We're in a big, it's the resurrection cycle is what I understand it to be. And it's a 6-year cycle, and we're closing that out this year. That's bringing back your higher awareness, your divine self, the understanding of your innate self soul. And then next year, it's going to be completion, because this was the 11th circuit. Next year is divine union. It's the 12th gateway, and it's full diamond soul embodiment. And that's what I was going to tell you about next year, right? It is the Christed remembrance in full. So next year will mark the first year that humans, many humans, will walk the earth as fully embodied diamond humans. They're bridging their higher self in their architecture, their light body, their crystalline structure of the body, which we're building now, making space for now. And it will be the first way showers for that energy. So we're in such a huge time right now. It's almost mind-blowing to me, seeing it the way that I see it, and it's hard to articulate through words, because it's not given to me through words. It's given to me through feelings and impressions and visions. And there are words, yes, but words are not spoken in the English language, because a lot of it's coded. It has frequencies, right? There's a lot of frequencies in words. Everything is a frequency, but I guess I should say controlling frequencies in words. And some of you actually, I don't know where this just popped into my head, but some of you may actually start learning another language, or you may start filtering the way that you speak to people. You may not have a lot of conversations with people right now, because when you're talking, sometimes we fall into habit about how we talk, and there may be more awareness for you to be in a state of stillness and quiet. They're showing me actually right now that we're weaving this beautiful, it's like diamond-like cocoon. So think of like sparkly, fresh fallen snow that is more like cotton candy and plasmic. And it's allowing a buffer. It's allowing for a buffer from your delicate heart and fresh understanding that there's more to you than you thought, and allowing you to forgive yourself, to love yourself, and to see that everybody else is also going through the same thing, that they too, no matter what they've done, or I'm not forgiving anybody for anything for you, but I am saying that it will allow you to see people and their situations differently. So maybe your words are also going to be in that cocooning environment. So let's kind of just get into what this year, what we might experience collectively for this period of time. Okay, so remembering the gateway themes are the diamond self-remembrance, an inversion collapse. That's collapsing all those parts of you that no longer serve you, timelines or parallel realities. It's embodying your divine self, connecting into unity consciousness. And then it's becoming a steward of the planet. There's going to be this huge resurgence of going back to the basics within Earth, to live off the land, to get your hands in the soil, to build community, whatever that means to you. And above all, again, remember about truth, the archetype being the truth bringer. So as we take all of that and then put that information into the collective, we know how it's impacting ourselves. And in the collective, what that will be is truths being revealed. Old hierarchy of commands toppling, governments shifting control mechanisms, shifting the way that they support their people. There will be more, I hate to even put that out there. There's going to be more uncovering of truth. And, I find this really interesting because the truth is there for anyone who wants to see it, depending on what that truth is, what you think about things. But I think that there will be a different level of illumination around how governments, hierarchy, governments, organizations, religious structures, clubs, organizations, all of these things that maintain control of the world's power and resources. There's common themes that run throughout them that people are not aware of. And a lot of times it's diversion when they take people into one little stream so that they don't see the broader and bigger thing that's actually happening. So what I see happening is this isn't going to be a little stream of an undercurrent of truth. This will be big, and it will unseat some people and their perceptions around reality. There's going to be a lot of that moving forward because the old world of comfort and being numb, it just is not available any longer, and it won't be. It's going to get more uncomfortable because we're meant to know the truth. You have to see and make decisions based on what is actually transparent. There's no more cloaking. You have to choose from all knowing, all truth, so that you, because you are a divine being, have to see all of the options. So when you make your choice to choose your highest timeline, you're doing it from a place of discernment and total awareness of what is happening within you and around you. That's a part of divine laws. So the truth will be a different level of truth. And it could spark upheaval because people are wanting freedom and they're wanting their own truth. Okay. So we're ushering in the diamond age consciousness, or the age of light. and it's about you becoming your own inner authority. You have the sacred governance over your vessel, your life. And that's what this is all about. So you're going to hear more things like that. More things coming up like that. There's going to be, we're already having a lot of solar activity. And that's because it's bringing in light codes. We have that coming in now, and it's streaming in all the way until the end of December 21st, the winter solstice. And the sun, through the central sun, is sending waves of plasma streams filled with neutrinos and protons and electrons, and also packets of awakening. So they come through in that way. They pass, remember, neutrinos pass through everything, even steel walls, right? So they pass through you, and they leave these awakening codes within you for those who are ready for them. And now this brings me to what I wanted to discuss with the Atlas, 3I Atlas. That is a huge comet that came from interstellar space, and it has went around the back end of the sun, and is now coming back in this direction as it makes its way back out of our galaxy. This is when I started channeling the Mother of Creation. And so I want you to follow this with me, because I want to give you the stream that she was giving me. We have that comet, and then many people are unaware of a second comet that is also in the same vicinity. And it is one that it's another Atlas. I forget the digits on that one, but it is also coming in at the same time. The 3I comet, when it went around the sun, when it first came in, it was blue, and it came back around, it changed colors to gold. Hold on, I think I have that wrong. I don't have my notes in front of me, so that's too bad. But all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you in the way that I remember it, and know that if I have the colors backwards, I apologize. But one of the comets has changed colors, and it's blue, and the other one has changed colors and is actually gold, yellow, and into burnt red colors. And I woke up the other day with this channeling, and it connects into the fact that, again, everything outwardly is a reflection of what's happening inside. And that's something that we really need to get used to. There's nothing out there. Everything is within us, within the heart, right? So even planets and comets and dwarf planets and old stars and nebulas and the things that they used for astrology to track the heavens, all of those are connected to nodal points that are connected to nodal points in our own energy bodies. And they represent, through the gateways, through these dimensional fields, aspects of remembrance or codes that we put out there for ourselves. And this particular comet, I was told, is a seed from the womb of the Mother of Creation. And it was seeded at the inception, when humanity fell from remembering the truth of their divinity. It was meant to come into our Earth's energy body and into our fields through the electromagnetic field at a time when the collective consciousness has reached a point to shift from the third dimensional matrix, a matrix of control mechanisms, of recycling, of domination, of manipulation, that has been taken over. So to a new platform. This is the birth of the golden age, or the birth of the golden earth, or, you know, there's a lot of different words for it, but this is what 3i Atlas is doing. It's the seed of the mother. And as it transversed the sun, on the back end of the sun, where it was not visible, on the polarity side of that particular stream of consciousness, it meshed with the masculine energy of the sun through the central sun. And that's where the seeding happened, right? So you have the egg and the sperm, and the ignition is what? The 11th gateway. It's the 11th gateway, the stream that's coming in today, the Holy Spirit, the breath of God, the spark of all creation, that is igniting the light codes to be released into our energy field and into the collective. This is no small venture. It is glorious and amazing. It is the pure potential and that final activation seed of the crystalline matrix. And this connects to Earth and all the dimensional fields through Earth. It allows everyone who chooses their highest divine timeline to step out of this old, worn out suit and into this glorious, beautiful, golden expression of who you are, of your divine essence. It's bringing in that divine aspect of you. And the mother of creation has told me that as she moves through the planetary field, it will collapse the old 3D matrix. There will be a lot of unmasking of who the players are. And this is what I was getting to earlier when I was saying the truth for the collective. There will be an unmasking, and there will be a lot more information that will really stretch the boundaries of some people's reality. So that's going to be coming through. We're going to continue to have a lot of really potent, huge solar flares. Last night we had an X5. And it was on the heels of 2 other X-class solar flares that have Earth directing CMEs that will be hitting in about 12 hours now. When they hit, it creates mental and emotional instability. It impacts the heart and the brain, because we have electromagnetic fields, the biggest one around our heart, and the second biggest is the brain, right? So any kind of neuro issues going on will be in heightened, and anything going on with your heart, you know, there's a lot of heart events that happen around this time. I remember going to the hospital 12 years ago because I thought I was having a heart attack when I was like, I don't know what, 30, 40. And really it was the sun. It took me a long time, and I track it now all the time, and I can link in here who are good, reliable sources for information about the solar energy that's coming in. Any case, it's important to understand that there could be electrical shortages, electrical outage, electrical fires. This is how electrical fires are created when these solar flares come through and hit, and they enter into the magnetic sphere, because it's like lightning. Lightning actually doesn't strike down, it strikes up. And so it's the same. This energy that comes in, it hits into through the sublayers of Earth, it hits gas, and that gas sparks back up, and it can create electrical fires. They're showing me that it is possible that we may have some power outages, rolling power outages. And actually, even that is for purpose. It allows the body to receive the light codes that are being graciously dropped, released, transferred from the seed of creation into our electromagnetic fields, into our body's intelligence, into our cellular structure, awakening the DNA, which is all like antennas attuned to receiving this multidimensional guidance from our higher aspected selves. And so it will allow us to receive that. There is also something that could be going on in the next 2 to 3 weeks. They're showing me red in the sky. And I've talked about this before, but now I have a little bit more context of what this is. Before I just said there's some event that it was trying to mask that is a hologram, a holographic event. And that again is the case. They're showing me it's the same thing. There's some sort of holographic, I'm going to say light show, something in the sky, and it's meant to create fear and drop vibration so that people are not paying attention to choosing their highest timeline, choosing to connect into this opportunity of moving into a different energetic stream. So I'm going to invite you to pay close attention to any sensational coverage of anything that is in the sky. It could be, like we're being attacked outside of from the cosmos. It could be a threat of somebody, of like some kind of war. It will be to put people in fear and to enact military control. That's what I'm getting. So whatever it is, if it creates fear and it is then moves into a place of military control, that is attempting to block the stream of divine consciousness and awakening that is allowing us to move into a different dimensional field, different stream of consciousness, different bandwidth, different story, different earth, different expression of life. So, pay attention to what shows up. If it doesn't happen in this cycle, it will happen in the next cycle. We start all over again in January. We move back through the gateways and you get the same light codes all the way through the year. And the 11 gateway next year is going to be a huge one. So, because that will be a bigger number of people who are finally able to integrate their higher oversoul self. Okay, so this is a lot of information. I'm sorry if it was too much and overloading. I hope not. I'm going to trust that it was exactly what you needed to know, exactly right on time. I do want to share that I am doing a 2026 annual review and reading. It's going to be a recorded reading. It's extremely detailed. It's going to go month by month. It is going to have all of the gateways and the month's energies for the collective with power days. It's going to discuss what the archetype is for that month. It's going to give mantras and journal prompts for that month. And it will then, I'm going to then, based on your birthday and my intuitive abilities and connection to the Hall of Records, channel from your book of life messages for you for the month, what you need to be, what you need to know. And then I'm going to pick 3 key themes that we'll address for the month. And I'm going to do that on a month by month thing. This is going to, I've done several just to move through it to see what it actually is going to be involved resource wise from myself and how much time I need to complete these. And so it is about a 2.5 hour process. I think as I move through a week or 2 of doing them, that it will be less, but it is going to be an amazing piece of information to have and to address and to come back to every month next year. So that's going to be available on my Heal Me site or on the oracleof12.com website. I'm also going to be starting the Mighty Networks 12-fold. It's actually under the Oracle of 12. It will have 3 tiers. The top tier for that it's called the Inner Temple, and I will be teaching the 12 gateways. I'll be teaching the constellation circuits, which we're going to work with here in a minute. We're going to collapse the 2 polarities. And then it's also going to have the diamond keys, 144 diamond keys, that is in itself its own astrology system. It does follow and connect to the astrology, but it actually is a means of multidimensional awakening in each gateway. There's 12 keys per gateway, and it awakens all of the nodal points to bring all of your divine essence back into your container to allow you to reach the 144th key. And that is diamond. That's your diamond expression materializing in your physical. That is the resurrection of your diamond self. So I'm really excited to share this. It's what I've been working on for the last year, and it is really amazing and very. Now we are going to prepare for meditation. We're going to do this in a meditative stance. The transmission that I'm offering you now is already coded in my voice to start moving energy through you that aligns to the 1111 gateways energy, which is the diamond light frequencies, which clears, it restores, rejuvenates, resurrects, and it happens across all dimensional planes that you exist within. So it is very clearing and purifying. So we're going to be working with 3 different polarity switches. Going back to me explaining that at each gateway, the 11th gateway, we have different extremes that exist, right? So the top 2, we're going to do 2. One of them is gateway 11. So this one they're working within, and gateway 5. So there's 2 archetypes, the performer and the savior. The diamond self is what we want to alchemize. By alchemizing those 2 extremes into the gateway, we create the embodied oracle. So the themes that would be surfacing for you, if you have this particular circuit in your field right now, you would be releasing performative truth or overexpression as identity. Meaning doing things you don't want to do and just doing it because it looks good. Like, I have to be the first one in the car line to pick up my kids because otherwise everyone will judge me. I know that that's a silly one, but that's what I just saw. Letting go of service as sacrifice or outdated missions. And so aligning to truth as presence and not projection. So these are some of the, the themes of this particular imbalance in this circuit. People are just exhausted by being seen all the time, right? And it's like you're always on some kind of social media, and you have to keep up the performance, keep looking like you're living your best life, always looking beautiful. And then it is also like if you're needing validation, a martyr-based service templates, right? It's like, I'm giving all of my energy and healing the world. I try, it's like being the healer, the wounded healer, and not integrating where you're giving all your energy away, you're over giving. So it's unhooking from those old contracts and being able to connect with people without it having to be a mask, just being the truth of who you are, the raw self, right? So it invites this clearing that we're going to do in this circuit. Will clear false mission templates, and it will allow you to move into a quieter space so that your inner truth can unfold for you. Okay, so that's one that we're going to do. The second circuit we're going to do is gateway 1 to gateway 7, and it's sovereignty versus union. And I'm seeing this a lot in my client base right now. The 2 archetypes, so the polarities being masculine, feminine, or negative and positive, positive being feminine, negative masculine. The shadow is the isolationist, and the positive aspect is the codependent. So who we want to become, the diamond self in that particular circuit in that gateway, is the mirror flame. So the themes that are surfacing: old relationship templates are crumbling, deep mirror shock. These are the moments when you actually see the relationship that you're in, and all of the projections are really crystal clear. Maybe people have been telling you for a long time that you're in a relationship with someone and they treat you differently than you think they treat you. So these templates of these old codependent relationships, where there's all those power dynamics, are crumbling. And it's mostly because people are starting to see through the illusion of it. And it's moving away from needing connection to just being the connection, being still within yourself. So this portal is going to crack open the final illusions of separation and attachment in the collective. And so it's going to be awakening a lot of people to connect to the inner union, the inner marriage of the masculine, feminine, the polarities within, which is where we unify to our diamond self, where we allow that center column that we have that runs within us to become stronger, and we're more unified. We don't need to go outside of ourselves to find union. Okay. Those are the two major ones that we're going to work with. And I'm going to be working with that through the meditation that I'm going to channel right now. And the energy that's coming in is the mother of creation. And it is going to be connecting also to this plasmic stream of energy that is awakening our inner, awakening and expanding, unfurling the DNA. The DNA is stretching out to receive light from the cosmos, from the masculine, from the divine feminine. And then also we have the interstellar alliance, the Earth interstellar alliance, that is connected to these deep aquifers in the water, that is diamond plasma coated water, that is going to be coming up from the negative ions, the masculine aspect, and those are going to clear these circuits that we talked about earlier. So this is the seeding of the masculine and feminine within us to return the Holy Spirit, the holy breath, the diamond light frequencies, all the same, into union in your heart space, igniting the sovereign spark of truth of your divine orientation within you now. So, all right, let's get ready. So you may sit with your spine up, so that your spine is straight. You may sit in a chair, or you can lay down if you like. And just, find your relaxing spot. Allow your body to just release. Let your shoulders drop. Tuck your chin and elongate the spine. Just begin to breathe a little bit deeper and a little bit slower than you normally would. Would invite you to place your hand at your chest area, your heart or chest area. And as you breathe in through your nose, allow your breath to move straight to your hand. Nice deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Breathing in for the count of 4 or 5. Breathing out for the count of 4 or 5. Allowing the body to move in a state of relaxation. Breathing in and out. On your next breath in, imagine that you are being surrounded with light. Brilliant, beautiful shades of light in all hues, much like the refraction of a rainbow streaming off a crystal and the bright blue skies sun. Imagine the sun projecting all the fractals of light through you and around you as you continue to breathe in for the count of 4 and out for the count of 4. Feeling bathed in warm sunlight, allowing that beautiful glow to reach through all time and all space, enveloping you with golden warmth, protection, care. Know that you are feeling held and that you are seen as the most beautiful child of light. As you continue to breathe in this beautiful golden energy and all of this plasmic rainbow, vibrational healing, allow it to move through the stream of your body, through your mental body and emotional body, your spiritual body, out into the etheric bodies. As you continue to breathe in all of this beautiful light, it expands further and further. When you breathe in all of this divine essence, you breathe out any resistance, any thoughts that may be circulating in your mind, until you find yourself in a beautiful ebb and flow of receiving and giving. The polarities of all creation are based on receiving and giving. Breath is the ether of source. It is a connection to all that is and all that will ever be. And it sustains you and fills you. As you continue to breathe, imagine from the top of your head, from as high as you can imagine, this beautiful descent of a spiraling diamond. It is the palest blue aquamarine, streaming from the Christ consciousness field, the unity consciousness, the diamond self-consciousness. It's spiraling through your upper chakras. And it has been filled and seeded with the plasmic instructions to connect your body's temple to the remembrance of its own soul's technology and purpose, mission, and codes for resurrection or restoration, rejuvenation into all structures within your physical container. It holds your divine blueprint. As it spirals down now, it moves into the soul star, about 8 inches above your head. You can imagine now that the diamond has settled here as it connects with your oversoul stream, with your personal instructions for what you choose and have chosen to connect to in this now moment, and within the bifurcating planetary structure of which timeline best suits your path of ascension. Everything is under control of your higher self, your light team, source, God, creator, and the universal harmonies connected to this dimensional field that we are within at this moment. Feel the musical notes move through you. The neutrinos, as they pass through your form, carry frequencies of harmonics that build the architecture of all that you are in your now physical self to your greater expanded energetic self. It contains all coding to return you to your full truth and awakening. All of that symphony of truth is available to you to open and receive in this now moment. And as those neutrinos and these packets of light, of divine information, find their way down your center column at the top of the crown, now moving into the crown and into the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. It will align to exactly whatever your heart's desire is for yourself and your highest timeline. You can see that this beautiful stream of light, you'll feel it more with your third eye as it moves into the midline and through the gray matter, through the corpus callosum. It's clearing any calcification around the pituitary and pineal gland. It clears all implants, anything holding you in thought patterns that no longer serve you, mental loops, brain entrainment frequencies, that are devices that are holding you in a particular rigid energetic structure. It easily and effortlessly integrates both hemispheres of your brain, aligning you to your higher mind. Whatever it is in your divine blueprint for this next stage of embodiment and awakening, it clears, restores, rejuvenates, releasing any programs for the body to decay and to move into rapid aging, releasing all fear, any pockets of trauma, any electrical shortages created from pharmaceuticals, heavy metals, or any sort of trauma, post-traumatic stress. All of this energy is being rewoven through the brain. It moves to the brain stem at C1. And this is your atlas. The atlas is your mouth of God chakra, your platinum cord moves from here through your center column of light and into the throne of grace, into the elixir of oneness, to refill and replenish your inner stores held in the spleen of your divine truth and essence. We're plugging you into that now. Your light team is aligning your mouth of God Atlas chakra to the Atlas, the divine mother of all creation, the other aspect of God, the mother aspect, through this mouth of God chakra, bringing in those plasma codes and releasing from this point past life trauma, anywhere you felt safe, unsafe to be seen, unsafe to express yourself in your highest truth. It is clearing from the Abdullah Ablangara all of this old, archaic, dense energy. Feel it being drained from the back of your head, back of the skull and the neck, releasing any pressure at the TMJ, clearing the lymphatic system and all toxins. You'll feel your sinuses begin to crackle as it clears the sinuses. It's draining all of the old energy. This is also connected to spiritual self-worth. The diamond light frequencies are restoring, renewing, clearing, releasing. And now the second wave is activating your DNA, attuning it to the crystalline packets of truth that the Divine Mother is sending to reseed your body with through your crystalline structure. This is the awakened truth of your divine orientation. We are activating the diamond keys to receive this activation in you now. Everyone will have a different one, but whatever it is that you need, trust that it is unlocking and aligning you to your highest path of light. Now, take a nice deep breath in. Imagine the air traveling from the in breath all the way down to the tailbone. Deep breath in, allowing it to now come back all the way and just let it move through the top of the head. So breathing in through your nose, breathe it all the way down to the tailbone. We're just digging down to the bottom of the container and releasing any old energy that's connected to the old story. Allowing that air to come back up and out the top of the head, where it's transmuted back to light. We're bringing in this diamond light frequency, this rainbow plasmic energy all the way down to the tailbone, and it's transverse back up through the cerebral fluid, spinal fluid, clearing all viruses, all imprints, all blocks and stops along the chakra systems. Anything that is not connected to your divine path is released, removed, transmuted back to source. This pump is going to continue to push all the way down and push all the way up. You can help do that through the deep breath of breathing all the way down to the tailbone and all the way up to the crown. As the attention is now moved into your energy field to expand all of your energy bodies, to clear any nodal points where the light body connects to bring you into this next level of light. Your new crystalline structure connecting to that version of you, the quantum aspect of you, who is in full alignment with receiving your divine inheritance, seated in your throne. We align your occiput to your sacrum and release all core distortions around the spine in this lifetime and through all versions of you that exist throughout time and space. Allow that to move through you, releasing all of these old distortions within the spine and energy bodies. It's all clearing. Beautiful. You're doing wonderful. Continuing to breathe in through your nose for the count of 4 or 5, and out your nose for the count of 4 or 5. Keeping the nervous system calm, serene, peaceful, and receptive. Letting go of everything that no longer serves you through this portal of grace, aligning you to your highest divine potential. It is a good time for you to connect to your own light team, your guides. Ask for any personal help that you may need, and to make a statement voiced out loud that you choose your highest timeline and the crystalline, healed, and ascended earth that's the best and the highest good for all involved. Align yourself to your own truth and what feels right for you. As we awaken discernment and your innate abilities, your soul technology, creating the space to bring in a new operating system that is one of sovereignty, of inner governance, of being able to self-heal, self-regulate, to understand your body's composition, your inner world, how to manifest, how to connect to your extrasensory abilities, your inner GPS, laying all of the energy for that. And so much as your body has space and allowance for it to do so. Your guides are signaling that it's time for you to move back into your state of awareness. You can return to this space, to this cocoon, to this diamond-shaped cocoon of diamond light and frequencies anytime you choose. You can listen to this meditation and it will bring you back into this space for restructuring and repair, rejuvenation. You can set the intention before you start it. It will connect you to these diamond light frequencies. So as you move through the clearing process and continue to release old density, old thought patterns and habits, outdated relationships or mirrors, as you begin to see more truth of the life that you've created around you, and you choose to move through that in a different way, whatever it is that you need to be supported, you can come back to this space and breathe with the diamond light frequencies all the way down to the tailbone and up the crown to bring all of that coding in to bring you to the next level and the next level. It is a It is like the analogy of the onion, right? Okay, one last thing and before we go, we're going to go to the 11th gateway now. And we're going to bring in all 12 aspects of your feminine polarity and all 12 aspects of your masculine polarity. Through all time and all space, all versions of you, all polarities that express any part of your soul, a fractal of your soul outside of your now physical container. We're going to bring all of that into this gateway. Anything, any person, place, or thing, any connection to any quantum entangled hierarchy of command, religious organization, structure of control, group or organization, anything that is veiling or attempting to depress your frequency or energy to not receive your highest light, anything against your will. We bring all of that into this particular gateway. Any mental, emotional, spiritual conditioning, anything held in the body in any place whatsoever through all time and all space, that is a representation of a memory or of a trauma that relates to an old timeline or reality that no longer serves you. We bring that within this gateway as well. And now we collapse it all, matter to antimatter, creating divine fusion, alchemizing all aspects of you into your diamond soul self, into the 11th gateway, collapsing all timelines and realities that no longer serve you on your path of light, under the direction of the councils of 12, your oversoul team, your higher self, shutting down all of this old energy that's keeping you from moving in your sovereign space in your heart, and then making it balance in your reality within your book of life through the councils of light, only under the direction of your oversoul stream and your own truth for whoever it's for. Now bringing that spiral from the 11th gateway and bringing it in all the way through the center column into the center of you at the heart space, and bringing this unification of your masculine feminine from the 11th gateway through all aspects of you, aligning to the diamond light codes, anchoring it now out the bottom of the feet, earth star chakra, into the center of earth, into the healed earth's heart, branching out and connecting now into the crystal ley lines, into all the timelines, situations, realities, happenstances, circumstances, to the coincidences and synchronicities that will align you to your divine partnerships, to your soul agreements, to your next place of origin, to your next place of service, to the full understanding that you are loved, you are divine, and you are holy. And with that, I say thank you very much for being here with me today. Take your time rousing and waking up from this transmission, this activation. And I am going to close the energetic stream and the connection to the higher councils of light, to the mother of all creation, who has been bringing you her love and gratitude through this connection. We're going to close this now. We're going to cut and sever all cords of connection from me to you, any part of you, and any part of me, through all time, all space, all realities. I ask but nothing, the highest light in all ways, love you and surround you and keep you and yours through all the days of your life. Aho. Okay, my loves. So wake up slowly, wiggle your feet, wiggle your toes, move from side to side. Open your eyes, turn your head from side to side, get your vestibular awareness back. Move your spine up like a cat-cow if you're sitting, or just move it from side to side if you're laying down. Let all of that energy move up and down the spine. It's very important to drink as much water as you wish, and it feels right for you today, with a pinch of sea salt. It will help with the solar flares. It'll help with bringing and grounding the codes that are in your body, moving through you now into the proper allotted location. Take it easy, rest as much as possible. And as the guides were saying, come back to this meditation if you need it throughout the month to help clear the codes, to keep pushing energy through. It will take several days for this to completely land, this stream of energy to completely land within you and for you, and anchor into your reality. Some may see it sooner, some may see it within 2 to 3 days. Asking the counselor, is there anything else? So making sure that you're taking, not a doctor, this is what I'm hearing, supplements for immune, especially like zinc and vitamin C is coming up right now, as we're in this now moment. So if it's for you, you can check into that. And to remember to keep claiming your highest timeline and whatever else it is that you wish to help you move into that place of total sovereignty. If you'd like to book a personal session, the information will be in the description box. I would invite you to join our community. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be launching in about a week. So that information is also below. Have a beautiful 11/11 and a fabulous rest of November.